Good afternoon. I'm Courtney Courtwright. Thanks so much for joining us today. For the next 30 minutes, we're bringing you positive news from here in ENC and, of course, across the country. We begin with a story out of Pitt County, where one veteran is working to not only honor others like him, but connect them across North Carolina. 9 on your side, Cheyenne Pagan tells us more about the Facebook group Veterans of North Carolina that has almost 1,600 members.
That was instilled in me about, the relationship between the Marine Corps and the Navajo Nation. And, very patriotic people, raised traditional Navajo.
Bobby O'Daniel is a Marine Corps veteran and member of the Navajo Nation. He joined the military out of high school and served for many years, including during Desert Storm. He's now retired and spends his time trying to give back to the veteran community. He started Veterans of North Carolina and hopes to create a space for anything fellow veterans may need.
Organizations are not really brick and mortar anymore because, they insisted that we, rent a space and, go to where people can go to for information. I was like, well, virtually they can do that in the comforts of their own home.
He says this is a good thing because
a lot of veterans sort of are trepidatious about going out into the public because that's one of the things that post-traumatic stress disorder is one of the things that you don't trust anyone, so the best place to be is in the comfort and security of your own home.
The group provides veterans with a chance to share resources, network, and build friendships.
One post last night was, I'm in Charlotte. Is anyone who can, hang out in Charlotte with me? And so, a lot of people jumped on there and said, yeah, man, come on along. It's a great camaraderie.
In the beginning, O'Daniel says this page was only meant to be in Greenville. He noticed over time it began to grow.
I started seeing the people outside the county and then outside of Eastern North Carolina and then outside the state, so, we still get requests to join from, there's even been, some from other countries, which we have veterans all over the world.
He adds that he hopes it continues to grow and that he can continue to help more veterans. Reporting for 9 on your side, I'm Cheyenne Pagan.
A Rocky Mount body shop is fixing up and giving away one of its cars for an Army veteran in need. Joseph Holloway shares his story and how the vehicle will make a big difference in his life and the community.
The crew here at Don's Body Shop tells me that they've spent a lot of time getting that vehicle ready for today's big surprise. And you're now looking at the new owner of this 2017 Jeep Cherokee. Godfrey Allen is a recovering alcoholic who's been sober for nearly 40 years, and he now drives people in the community to their recovery meetings. He's also a caregiver for 2 loved ones with disabilities and picks up odd jobs. So he really has not had a lot of time to make much needed repairs on his old vehicle. That's why the body shop and the Christian Fellowship Home of Nash and Edgecombe counties decided to step in with the help of a couple of national companies.
I've never owned a vehicle this recent before. Most of my vehicles have been like 20 years back. And this is just a new day for me. It's an awakening.
Geico donated the vehicle, and Allen tells me that he's already thinking about taking a trip to New York to see his family. It's a trip he was not able to make in that old vehicle. In Rocky Mount, Joseph Holloway, CBS 17 News.
Great work by all. Elementary school employees in Emerald Isle were given a sweet surprise. Check this out. Teachers and staff at White Oak Elementary School received $25 gift cards. This was all part of the fundraiser GHOST, which stands for Giving to Help Our Schools Thrive. The effort is run by locals Danny and Sherry Shell. The Shells rallying together to get donations from the community to give to 93 staff members.
They're absolutely thrilled. They're just they're the most dearest, dedicated people I've ever had the pleasure to work with. They're just amazing, and they're persevering.
That is just awesome. And speaking of recognizing and helping teachers, 9 on your side is highlighting all the good teachers that they're doing inside the classroom this year. One specialty teacher is using his passion to inspire his students. Our Aaron Jenkins has more for us.
Growing up, art was Adam Monis's passion, and teaching wasn't a career path he had ever considered.
I really want to do art, and I know that's a tough field to get into. And my parents, of course, were concerned that I find a job after college.
And then you went over and traced it, right?
Until the opportunity for a teaching fellows came up.
I thought, well, maybe this is the way that I can do art and I can get a job at the same time.
Now he's an art teacher at Sam Bundy Elementary School in Pitt County.
Weirdly, it clicked. There were things about it that just felt a little more natural.
But if you want to be interesting and complicated, you can.
Art is a cool place for a lot of kids because, again, they don't feel like they fit in. Usually when they come to like an art or a music, that's where they shine a little bit more.
That's really good.
Monis uses art as a way to bond with his students.
Through art, it's easy to kind of get connections with students who are maybe sometimes hard to reach. They're not struggling with math or reading at the moment, and so they're able to kind of do something in a different way, in a different skill, and if it's not difficult for them, or even if it is, it's something that we can kind of bond over.
And without this creative escape, Monis says his students might not be as successful in the future.
Art is one of those things that allows them to think outside the box and be creative and critical thinkers. You walk down the hall and you're like a mini celebrity. All the kids, because they love art, right? Like they come in and they're really excited about art.
He sees the impact he's having on his students.
This school really has been a family for me. It's not just a job. I come in and we all support each other. We all work together. We all try to make sure that the students have the best environment they can possibly have.
In Pitt County, Aaron Jenkins, 9 on your side.
Throughout the pandemic, we've brought you stories of nurses, doctors, and other health experts fighting on the front lines. But hospitals are made up of many different people, and one group, known as the hospital chaplains, often get overlooked. 9 on your side's Caroline Boyer has more on how the pandemic is testing their faith and how they're turning around and blessing others.
We read in scripture and in different stories, people that have gone through tragedy and loss, and you have a tendency to ask God, why is this happening?
It's a question running through many people's minds as we continue grappling with a virus that's killed millions across the world.
If we're honest, we've all felt the need to ask that. In some ways, I feel like it has strengthened my faith.
But many times for faith to grow stronger, it has to be tested.
Some people are saying, well, I don't need to wear my mask because God's going to protect me. If I pray, God's going to hear my prayer and take care of me. And I did think for a moment, is my faith not strong enough that I can just go out there and not wear my mask?
Brenda Harris and Mary Martin are clinical chaplains at Carolina East Medical Center.
Whether you're a Christian or a Muslim or a Buddhist or whatever, that my role is not to try to persuade you to be something that you're not.
Their job is to provide support to patients and their families, as well as hospital staff.
God, we pray that you would continue to bless this hospital to be of service in eastern North Carolina.
It's been heavy. It's been a really heavy 18 months.
We would walk down the halls and it would be deathly quiet. It's like, where'd everybody go? Am I here by myself?
Social distancing is a huge obstacle for these chaplains who rely on touch.
I felt more helpless because I can't be the nurse that goes into that room and bathes the patient or provides that care, and I can't be the one who goes in and touches them and comforts them.
Listening to family members say, I don't want my dad to die alone. And just the tearful kind of response that you get in that is, it's heartbreaking. And being able to find ways to offer support to someone when you can't touch them.
As these chaplains know all too well, God didn't promise days without pain, and that pain is being felt by more than just patients. It's wearing on the medical staff as well.
Blessed are the shoulders that carry the weight of life and death. Blessed are the feet that are aching from standing at bedside and running between rooms.
So Harrison Martin started the blessing of the hands.
In so much that Kathleen gives, God, I pray that you will also allow her to receive.
Anointing nurses' hands with oil and saying a prayer.
Our nursing staff are using their hands to care for patients, and quite frankly, the last person to ever touch a COVID patient before they die will be usually a nurse.
While the pandemic has caused heartache,
it is also traumatic and isolating and filled with grief for us as chaplains too.
It's also taught lessons and ultimately strengthened the faith of both Harris and Martin.
In wearing my mask, I take care of my neighbor, and that is what Jesus commanded us to do, to love your neighbor as you love yourself. If you want to take care of yourself, wearing your mask, getting your vaccine, that's how we take care of each other. And as Christians, I think it's our responsibility.
And that was Caroline Boyer reporting. Many people might not take advantage of chaplains at hospitals, but they want everyone to know they're here to help families during these times of transition. And coming up on 9 on the positive side, one woman is working to get people in her community warm for the winter, how she's using her skills to make a difference. Plus, a veteran is celebrating a big birthday, turning 106. Her secret to a long life next. Welcome back. Before we know it, winter will be here, and one 93-year-old woman from New York is on a mission to make sure people stay warm. Allyson Peters has more for us today.
In bags. She may be 93, but that's not slowing Jean Ellenwood down. This week, she's finishing up knitting more than 90 hats.
When I make a hat, it takes me about 4.5 hours.
And it's all for a good cause.
It's making something for somebody else to make them happy.
Donating the hats to hospitals, police departments, and various shelters like Open Door Mission. And they all go to good use.
The man at Open Door said, "Tell your mom to just keep knitting," was the way he put it.
And in each hat, Jean put something a little special.
And I tried to think of something that would be meaningful. And I just happened to think, Lord, bless me today.
Sewing that message into every hat, hoping that
it will mean something to each one of them as they
doing what you're doing.
Put the hat on and know that they are blessed today.
Jean's desire to use her time making things for others is something that inspires many, including her grandson.
I just think it's wonderful. I think I'm hoping that I get her genes, right? So that at 93, not only am I still moving around, but I'm able to be an active participant in society and creating good things for people.
Growing up, Rich was the recipient of many of his grandmother's talents, but seeing her spread them with others is something that brings him joy.
It's not always about donating money or even just time, but sometimes just the thought, taking a skill set that you have that you can act on and have that be a benefit to the broader community is a good thing.
And Jean has no plans of stopping.
I just feel like I want to give as much as I can to these people.
And I can, the light's okay, honestly.
I like the people that I fly with, you know, and like I said, it's like a family. Sometimes they feel more like family than my own family. So and the only time that we get to see each other is when we have the Kite Fest. So it's like a family reunion every time we have the Kite Fest.
An avid kite flyer in Bismarck, North Dakota would like to see more people pick up the hobby. Paul Lutzen has been flying kites for more than 50 years. Since they were just 6 years old, he and his best friend, who passed away in recent years, would go out to the same field and let him fly. Now he continues to kite fly in his friend's memory. As his favorite pastime, he says he's met hundreds of people over the years at kite events in North Dakota and also from all over. Pretty cool. A woman from Arkansas getting a lot of the attention, support, and love on her birthday this year. Check out her celebration. And it's a big one because she turned 108. Yes, 108. Miss Edna Reagan has quite the story, and so many people were excited to celebrate her 108th birthday. Wow, she's lived in that state for more than 60 years. Her family says she lived on her own up until 100 years old. The last 8 years, she's been with a retirement community.
I don't know. I just take what comes and do the best I can. And thank the Lord that I lived that long.
Hot Spring County officially declared November 2nd Edna Reagan Day when she turned 105. And speaking of birthdays, a World War II veteran is celebrating a big birthday too, turning 106. Chris Burton asked her, what's the secret to a long life?
It's not every day a fire truck and parade make the rounds for your birthday, but then it's not every day you turn 106. Betty Petrie, a veteran of World War II, celebrated in style on Friday. She says the keys to a good long life are simple.
Good, clean life. A happy family.
Petrie joined the U.S. Navy after the 1941 attack on Pearl Harbor. At the time, only men could serve in most naval branches, so Petrie became part of the Waves, a branch of the Naval Reserve that enlisted women. Nearly 80 years later, she's still tight-lipped about the classified projects she dove into.
That still goes.
This celebration took place at Castle and Cook Real Estate in Southwest Bakersfield. Along with the community parade, Petrie received gifts from the mayor and the Christian Motorcycle Association. And she got to ride in the fire truck.
And happy birthday to everyone. Coming up at 9 on the positive side, pet therapy dogs spreading happiness to those who couldn't get out in their Halloween costumes this year. We'll tell you how some of our animal friends got in the fun next. Pet therapy doctors were on parade on Halloween at a hospital in California. The canine caretakers put on a show for patients, staff, and visitors, parading down the red carpet to show off their costumes. You got to see this. The pups also paid a visit to the pediatric unit and shared some Halloween fun with the pediatric patients and, of course, their families. Northridge Hospital's pet therapy program consists of certified therapy dogs who visit patients and staff to provide emotional support. Oh, so lovely. Humans were not the only ones celebrating Halloween this past week, and dozens of rescue animals, well, they got on the fun too, with some pumpkins filled with their favorite treats. Check this out. Some lions, tigers, and bears, oh my, in California participated in a pumpkin bash. The pumpkins were filled with either tasty fruits or meaty surprises, and they all received some new fall-themed enrichment toys. Kind of cute. Now, someone who's doing something good for the community here in Eastern North Carolina. Send story ideas to the email you see right there on your screen, newsdesk@WNCT.com. Put 9 on the positive side in the subject line for us if you can. You can also reach out to me on Facebook or on Twitter with your story ideas. And just ahead on 9 on the positive side, a New Zealand couple is claiming to have set a world record of their own after a day in the garden. What that record is, ahead. A husband and wife in New Zealand have dug up what could be the world's largest potato. Colin and Donna Brown were weeding in their garden when they managed to find the potato that you're seeing right there. Wow, it's big. It tipped the scale at 17.4 pounds, something that largely deserved a name, and it got the name Doug because, you know, they dug it up. The couple is waiting to see if their potato breaks the Guinness World Records. I'm waiting to see as well. Pretty neat. That's all the time we have for today. But before we go, a last taste of Halloween. Here's some dogs who were given cookies during their own trick-or-treat. Have a great rest of your afternoon, everyone. We'll see you next week.